What's going on, guys? Squishy Muffins here, and today's video is the 21st episode of Road to Grand Champion, and we are now bordering the end of the series. We are currently Super Champion Division 2, and like I said in the previous episodes, this was on a day that I wasn't playing too great. It was a rough time for me, so just bear with me for the next couple episodes. But this time around, I'm going to try to get into the gameplay part of things quicker than usual. I just wanted to start off, though, by saying thank you guys so much. We're about to hit 30,000 subscribers. That is crazy, and keep on a lookout for the 30k montage because that is happening soon. I just have to finish putting it together, and I'm gonna try to release it right on 30,000 subscribers. I want it to be good, and I'm not too happy that the alpha boost isn't fixed because it would have looked so much better in the cinematics and stuff. But luckily, I got the majority of my 30k clips recorded before they ruined the alpha boost, so it's gonna look a lot nicer for you guys. So with that being said, let's get into the gameplay and let's see what happens. So here, that was a really good play from him. He tried to roll it up the wall, get himself some time. I went for quite the risky play there, so I figured I can get it on target, but the fact that I didn't get it on target left me out of the play for the longest time. Now, if he was able to react quicker to that play, he probably would have had a goal on me easily, but I was able to recover from that bad situation, get back into the game, and get myself a goal back. So he could have actually avoided that entire play if he just took possession of the ball rather than throwing it away on that last kickoff. So if he had just grabbed the ball, brought it back to boost, and then just tried his best to keep it away from me until he grabbed his boost, it would have been a lot more ideal for him rather than what he did, and it probably would have ended up in a goal for him rather than against him. So you always want to try to keep ball possession. Try not to throw it away if you don't need to, like I just did right there. I could have took a lighter touch to the side and then just try to grab ball possession and work it up from there. And you'll see that a lot. If I don't have much boost, I'll try the best to keep the ball beside me and just try to get a favorable 50-50. If that doesn't work out, then I got to go back to goal. If that doesn't work out either, I get scored on. So it's just going to happen. You just got to experiment with things when it comes to 1v1s. A helpful tip I can help you guys out with is whenever the ball gets thrown at you high up, or any shot comes at you and you're in the goal trying to defend it, don't do whatever you can to clear the ball. Really think about how you're going to hit the ball and try to get it to a corner in a way that you can take possession of it and you can grab boost at the same time in doing so. You want to always try to be winning the boost battle in a 1v1, and don't put yourself in a spot where you're going for their boost and it's going to leave you out of the play where they can take the ball off of you. Now, this will happen a lot, even to experienced players. This happens to me a lot. I'll get greedy for a boost and get scored on because of it. So that right there for my opponent was actually a very good play. I was not expecting him to challenge that because I put the ball in an awkward spot, but when he did challenge, he caught me off guard and I had no way of getting back to that because I thought it was in. But it was actually hitting off the post, but there was really no way for me to get to it because of how it looked on my screen. That was an extremely good play from him. And then unfortunately, like I said, it is a 1v1, so if you do go for a shot like that and you miss it, it's normally going to be a goal for your opponent. He went way too far into my goal after that, and that's why you don't always want to flip into your shots. If he didn't flip into that, he could have possibly got back and defended it, but because he flipped, he ended up in my goal. Ball ended up going back toward his half, and it was pretty much a free shot for me. That's the downside of 1v1s, guys. If you miss any shot that's going to put you in a bad situation, you're pretty much screwed, and it's going to go in. And that's what's good about ones at the same time, because you learn not to take risky shots and you learn to be pretty smart with your boost. But when you try to narrow that down at 2s and 3s, it's completely different because you have teammates to worry about. And a mainly one base player, someone like myself, when I first got into 3v3 and 2v2, I was stealing a lot of my teammates' boost because I was used to that boost starving method. It can work for 3s, but your team has to be on the same page as you. You can't be in a solo queue match trying to steal all the boost. It's just not going to work. Now, when I say boost starving, I don't mean like going around the map in circles stealing all the boost. I mean just like playing very tactically when it comes to being on their end stealing their boost. So a good way to go about that in 3v3 or 2v2 would be go for a hit, take their boost, go for a bump, take the other boost and go back. That'd be a good thing for 3v3. But something in a 2v2 scenario, that wouldn't work too well because you're up for so long and your teammate has to go for it at some point. And you really want to try your best not to leave your teammate in that 1v2 situation or that 1v1 situation because it's always tough to defend 1v1s. So You never want to do that in 2s, and that's why a mainly 1s based player may not always work out in 2s and 3s. But you see the complete opposite of that with someone like Marky Duda or Pashy, and they work out very well in 2s and 3s because they learn so much mechanical skill from 1s that they can transfer that over. Now, playstyles, this is something you guys are asking me a lot in the comments, and I was talking about it with some people responding to their comments, but I just want to address it really quickly. So some of you guys asked me, what is the best playstyle to have for 1v1? And I would say someone who is more passive is probably going to end up winning more games than someone who is super aggressive, simply because they'll go for things that they aren't thinking about. So someone who's passive, they'll take their time with their hits, they'll control the ball, they'll dribble it, they'll take the ball into good spots, but someone who is really aggressive will just want to hit that ball away as fast as possible, or just try to dribble as fast as possible, and it's really not going to work out. So it's tough to think about. Playstyles is something you have to mess around with. You're not going to find it right away, but mess around with it, and you might have a different 1s playstyle than you do 2s and 3s. You can't be dribbling a lot in 3s, and you guys probably know that by now. So you want to try to incorporate things. Power shooting is a very good thing to have, a very good skill to use in all game modes across everything you could think of. It will help you out. Power shooting is so good to learn. You have to learn this skill, guys. If you guys do want a tutorial on it, a better one, I will try my best to get that out to you. But there are so many different ways you can power shoot. Like, that was a power shot right there. I didn't have to do anything. I had no boost. I knew I couldn't really get a shot off, so all I had to do was turn into the ball, and the momentum took the ball away. And I didn't really have that much boost to take a good shot, so that was actually a very good scenario for me right there. So power shooting is something you really want to practice, something you really need to learn, and that will help you burn through the early on ranks. I'm telling you right now, as soon as I learned power shots, that's when I got so much better. I started to learn how to hit the ball fast, and from there I just improved so quickly at 1v1. So definitely practice power shooting in free play or whatever it may be. And if you guys haven't already, try out Rocket League Trainer. It might help you out so much. Just mess around with Rocket League Trainer, download it, make your own shots. It'll help you out. I'm pretty sure it'll help you guys out. For me, I enjoy it. I like the idea of it, but there's so much they can add to Rocket League Trainer. If they were able to add a card dribbling at you and a set play of that card dribbling at you and trying to flick you, and then you have to challenge it, or like an AI with the brain of a human, if that even makes sense, and they know when you're challenging and they just flick it, like, that would be amazing to play at like the highest level bot. They should do that. They should make a bot that's like better than the best player you could think of in this game, that has all the mechanics you could possibly put together, that's just way smarter than anybody on this game, that just flicks whenever it's right to flick, power shot whenever it's right to power shot, uses their boost properly, all that stuff. That would be insane. That would be the best practice you can get. If you can play against a bot that's that good, that would be so helpful in trying to get better at this game. If you could play against a 3v3 team that's like that and they know how to rotate perfectly and everything's on point, you never need to scrim again. All you need to do is play those bots. But I mean, scrimming, and this is one thing as well. You guys asked, why don't I upload like scrim videos and things? So in scrims, guys, a lot of comms, you try to work out things, right, with your team. You try to see what the other team does well, what the other team doesn't do well. So you talk about that with your team. You don't want everyone to see what's happening or hear what's happening. So if I were to upload scrims games, you guys would be listening to everything we're talking about. And if the other teams tend to watch the videos I'm uploading, say, of scrims, they would know exactly what we're going for, what we're trying to stop. So scrims aren't exactly good to upload, in my opinion, at least. I would have no problem doing that in the future, but it depends the case, and it's up to the other team as well. I can't upload scrims if the other team doesn't want it. So that's going to be something I can work around, but I know a lot of you want to see that, and a lot of you want to see really high level 3s gameplay and all that stuff. And I've gotten a lot better at 3s, and I really don't want to play 1s anymore. I want to get better at 2s and 3s, so I can't wait for this series to be over. That way I can start doing a Road to Grand Champ 2s and a Road to Grand Champ 3s. It might even be next season. I don't know yet, but hopefully we end this series as soon as possible and win the rest of our games. We'll have to see what happens, though. We're nearing the end. We're Super Champ Division 3 now, so we're super close to getting there. We're only 2 divisions away. It's not even that many points. I think it's like 70 points, which, playing against good players, that might only be 7 games. Who knows? So it's just a matter of who we play a matter of time, and I'm gonna try my best in the next couple days to upload one of these a day to try to burn through the rest of the series. That way we can get started with the 2 series. We might not be able to get started on the 2 series until next season, which should only be in like a month or 2 probably. So I will have a substitute series for that if that does happen. We'll see what goes on though. This series, for all we know, might even take another month. It depends if we end up losing a bunch. Who knows? We got to get the Grand Champ. That's the name of the series, Road to Grand Champion. If we end up losing a bunch of games in a row, then that happens. And then I have to get through that, come back, and get to Grand Champ. It'll happen. And that's what's good about this series. It's anyone can get to Grand Champ, guys. And that's what I'm trying to show you. I'm really hoping that in the coming episodes, we play some really good players, like top 10 players in NA at least. NA doesn't have that many good 1v1ers, so it's going to be tough to find anybody who's really tough to play against. So hopefully we can find someone who's really high rated and good to play against, so I can get some quality games in and some good analysis on the games as well, because those are always fun to watch, those are always fun to play in, and to add to that, I learn a lot from those games as well. So hopefully that will happen in the coming episodes. We'll see though. It's a matter of time. We're very close to the end, super close. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support on this series. You guys are hitting like a good 1,000 likes in every video, like 40,000 views in every video. It's ridiculous. It's nuts. You guys are amazing. So yeah, and I didn't even mention it, but I was using Breakout. I've like never used Breakout in a ranked 1v1 in my life. That is insane. I don't remember using Breakout, but yeah, I use Breakout, I guess. Oh, and a question you guys have been asking me is to do a Breakout Type S game review, like in-game review, how it feels and all that stuff. I can do that, but it's up to the rest of you guys. I think I had 1 or 2 people ask me about it. If you guys want to see that, I'll get that out as soon as possible. But I don't personally like it. I played with it already. It's kind of weird. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels to play with. So I don't know. I would have no problem doing an in-game review of it. Just let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see that, and I'll be sure to try to get to doing that. Now, I ended up making 3 tutorials now. So I have a kickoff tutorial done, flicking tutorial done, and a wave dashing, as well as the supersonic tutorial. So what the supersonic tutorial is, if you guys don't know, I mentioned this in the previous video. When you flip and use, I think it's like 15 boosts or like 10 boosts or something like that, you can get the supersonic. That's all it takes. And learning to do that is crucial in saving boosts. And that's exactly what I did right there. But it was just using boost to get to boost, so it was kind of pointless. But that is what it is right there. And it helps you get to supersonic pretty damn quick. And on top of that, you save a ton of boost. And if you guys didn't know, quick tip for you. If you're holding R2 while going supersonic, if you don't turn left or right, you'll never lose supersonic. That's just how it works. So as soon as you're supersonic, do not use any boost. If you guys didn't know this, most of you will know this, but don't use any boost once you've gone supersonic, because you will be going supersonic forever until you turn. So definitely use that to your advantage. It's a tough skill to learn, but it's something that you will remember over time. Saving boosts is super important, especially for 1v1s. I'd say the best way of getting better at learning to conserve boosts is just by watching other players. For me, when I started playing, I think it was like just like Crow to watch. I was watching like Gambit back then too. That helped a lot with learning how to manage boosts and stuff. So I would say just try to watch somebody on streams, on Twitch or something, and then just watch when they use boost, how they save their boost, and all that good stuff. So it's just a matter of learning, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.